Okay, the next flow that we're going to discuss over here is a flow for restaurant or cafe. You see, for F&B industry, chatbot is actually a very important tool that we believe a lot of cafes and restaurants actually do not take full advantage of this tool because this is really an industry that a lot of people is willing to communicate with, and there's so much that you can do with a well-planned, well-thought-through Facebook Messenger chatbot to help you facilitate a lot of things. So for a restaurant, I can see from a few angles that is really important because we actually have not handled many restaurant and cafe. However, this is something that we also observe, and because the moment you are actually a chatbot planner, you start to see a lot of things when you're communicating with those businesses in your daily life, and you're seeing that how this thing can be done. And of course, we do have clients who are in F&B industry, and this chatbot that we have planned kind of solve a certain problem and to actually kind of help them angle their people towards something to facilitate the whole process a lot better. So let's take a look about the whole thing. So this is the bot flow or blueprint that we have planned for a restaurant. As usual, basically at the very beginning, we will go for just a very quick and simple starting steps. So if you refer to other flow videos that I've done, the earlier lessons or the lessons after, I always emphasize on a very simple starting step. So the starting step has to be something that do not overwhelm people with too much information, or you're trying to pack too many things at the very first step. It doesn't really help, because when you have too many things, you kind of feel put off. You don't have the kind of feeling to really read through everything. So keep it very simple, bring them to somewhere first. So over here, I put emoji. In every video, I will say this again and again. Emoji is good because it lightens the atmosphere and the feeling of communicating with you. And the other thing that I say is actually kind of a rule of thumb is if you can put a name to the bot. So like for this one, I name it Erin. So my name is Erin. Hey, let me see how we can help you today. First name, which is, this is actually something that you can directly pull out. You see, you use this, let's come back to this. You use this bracket thing, and you're able to pull out the information of the subscriber or the person who's conversing with you. Eventually, it gives a more personalized kind of experience to the audience. So for here, it will be Jason, for example. So can we help? Can you pick a button to start, please? So basically, over here, the rule of thumb is always about going for something more straightforward. And you may have a lot more things, of course. I'm not saying that you can't, but we want to actually keep it in a more simpler kind of format. So remember, when you're building a messenger chatbot, okay, the two angles or the two objectives that we are actually always focusing on is first, you want to use chatbot to help you save time. And by saving time, because you don't need, first, you won't have time to go and respond to every single one of the messages that comes in. It is impossible. Second thing is, when you're not able to respond it to the audiences on time, you might lose the opportunity of conversing or converting them. So the second objective here is, of course, to increase conversion and to increase the revenue. So having bot is something that has to be very much objective based. So you have to be very clear. This bot can't do everything. Okay, you just have to focus on doing certain things that first, the most commonly faced so-called questions and the scenarios that work for your business really well. Second thing is it really has to be focusing on increasing the revenue. So first thing over here, I have the reservation. So most F&B business, when they have a bot, because most of the people, when they talk to them, is about, oh, can I make a reservation? Can I make a booking or something like that? So I usually put a tag. So putting a tag is actually to help you categorize your audiences into different category. And a tag can also be worked together with certain other flows as well. So basically, the action can be done in many things. So other than adding tag, you can also add in other actions such as, subscribe to certain sequence, which over here, you can actually bring them into certain sequence that actually starts another so-called set of conversations. I want you to refer back to sequence to talk about this. But fundamentally, this is to help you group your audience into certain category, and then with the sequence, it actually kind of like help you to nurture the audience with the pre-planned messages that you have already put up into your sequence. So for this case, we have a reservation. So when it comes to reservation, after adding the tag, we immediately ask them, are you planning for any special occasion? So if it's special, then we know that it could be something like this. But if it's not special, then immediately we just route them to the online reservation system to make a reservation. And another rule of thumb that I always emphasize on when we are building a chatbot flow is you have to always end, even though this is the end already, this is for those normal reservation that does not involve any special occasion. It's just for dinner or lunch or something like that. After giving them the reservation link, which is fine, I would say that probably about 40 to 50% of the people will just follow the steps and start making reservation on the website that you are actually taking them to. But always end with this and say that, look, give me a contact if there is anything and I'll call you. Have to remember, whenever we are on social media, whether we are on Facebook, Instagram, especially on the Messenger that we're looking at this scenario, we are that clueless about what you want me to do. So you have to be very specific about what you want me to do. So for this case, even though you want to end a conversation, always ask for a message or voice note if there's anything, or ask for contact number, because you want to have the ability or the option to start talking to them again offline. So that's the whole purpose. So if it is a special occasion, then we will start asking a few more questions, such as is it going to be an anniversary, birthday, or any special occasion? So let's take a look about anniversary. Then we will say that, hey, it's anniversary. Of course, we're saying that you can make your reservation online. But for birthday, then we were probably asking for something else. Like, are you planning to throw a party? Is it a big group, small group, and all that? Okay, you see, for this, in a way, people may say that, it's the same message. Why are you doing this? Why are you still asking these questions? Because you see, when it is an anniversary, although you still route them back to the similar message, which is to get them to make the reservation online, but your messenger itself, it's already being recorded that the person has pressed anniversary. So when your customer service can come back and take certain actions, you can also look at, oh, okay, this is the guy that he or she has an anniversary coming up. And if you are able to do a little bit more, such as when they make reservation, you put a note there. And if you do something really special, even tiny things such as giving them a flower or something like that, it helps increase the impression. I mean, as in like make a different kind of impression on your business. So these are all opportunities. So over here, we are still doing the same thing, whether we're asking whether you're in a big group, just two of us, and small group and all that. Of course, if it's big group, if you have some other flow that you want to bring them into to ask them, oh, how many people? Is there any special diet? That's entirely up to you. But now for the moment, we are everything routing it back, but we want to capture the data. We want to capture the information as in, okay, under which category do they fall into? So if it's just two of them, then we can do something, even the seat arrangement and all these kind of thing can be done. You see? For this kind of thing, right, if you don't have, some people might ask me, I don't have a reservation system. There is nothing that I can do. What else can I do? Well, you can even just do something very simple for people to go over. Build a landing page just for them to key in the name, phone number, and the time that you want to book. I think there could be something like even we can do this using a Google form. So this linking back to the Google form can already create a very robust kind of like ordering system. So on the site, when people make reservation, you just call them back and say that, hey, okay, we got this, we confirm. And then you can make all the arrangement that is necessary, taking from all the information that we are collecting now. But remember, this is just a flow that we plan up to show you how things can be done. When you're doing a flow, when you're planning a messenger blueprint for your so-called business, especially for F&B business, you have to always think from your angle whether, do you take reservation? Okay, is there any special things that you encounter in your business and you want to put it over here to categorize? Remember, it's about categorizing. It's about putting them into different directions or, getting more information about them so that you're able to do better. Okay, so this is when you are actually doing a reservation site. Now, the other part that we have here is about online ordering. Now, when it comes to online ordering, this is something that I think is already a new normal, where most F&B businesses are already kind of hooked up with one online ordering system or another. So it's either you're on GrabFood or Foodpanda and all this kind of thing. Now, one of the challenge that my client gave me was, okay, Jason, I want to run advertisement, but I'm available on multiple platforms. What can I do? You see, the easiest way, I did talk about this in one of my live sessions, talking about when you're doing Facebook advertising, you gotta be really specific about the action. The idea is this: when I am on seeing your advertisement, if I'm interested to order from you, you have to actually reduce the friction in between. So how can you reduce the friction? One of the idea that we have here is that to route them, because the easiest way to do this is if you're able to directly bring me to the ordering page, let's say on GrabFood, just take me on your page on GrabFood, because when I like this, can you imagine you want me to do next? Okay, when I see this, let's say for example, restaurant A, if I'm interested in your product, what do I need to do next if I'm really interested? I need to open up my GrabFood, and then I need to go into the Grab app, and go into GrabFood. I need to start searching for your name, and then only I start looking at the menu. Imagine the number of work that I need to do in between. But if you're able to just give me the direct link, click, pop, I go into the app, and I'm able to start ordering directly from your listing page. That at least reduce at least 2 to 3 steps of the friction. So that is what we want to achieve. When it comes to online advertising or anything that you do online, it's about reducing the friction, trying to get this thing to them, to your audience, as fast as possible. So since, let's say for this client that we had, they have presence on multiple platforms, so they can't be running advertisement to each and every one of them. So one of the way that we propose to them is really to bring them in directly over here. You see, when you are clicking on online ordering, immediately I already tag you, and we bring you to the next conversation where we immediately show you this is actually PDF. You can click on it and look at the whole page of all the menu and all that, and eventually inside there we have direct link to go into each and every one of the ordering system, which is fine. And then over here it says that we work with major delivery services. These are direct link. Typo. If you click GrabFood, immediately I bring you to my listing page on GrabFood. Likewise for Foodpanda, immediately I bring you to my listing page on Foodpanda, which makes it so easy for you to order. The whole thing becomes so much straightforward and simpler. Remember, when you are building a chatbot, you want to save time. It's either saving your time or the audience's time, and you want to actually increase revenue for your business. So if you're able to do this fast and simple, why do you need to actually add more frictions or more steps in between, right? Some people will say that, oh, can you WhatsApp us and all that? Come on, do you know that WhatsApp us by publishing the WhatsApp number doesn't help at all? Because next thing I need to do is, because I'm already browsing on my phone, next thing I need to memorize your phone number, go back to my phone screen and start typing in the phone number, and then I probably won't be able to call you because you say that you don't take call, you see. You do only WhatsApp. Oh, then I need to save your name. Then only I go over to WhatsApp. Sometimes it's not immediately reflected into my system. Then only I can start WhatsApping you and ask you, oh, what is the menu that you have and all this kind of thing. Dude, imagine the friction. And imagine how this simple chatbot flow can help you solve all the problem and bring your audience directly to where they want to go and what they want to do at almost split seconds. So this is exactly why we want to build a chatbot for. Okay, remember, Messenger is the second most downloaded app in the world after Facebook, and we are looking at everything is under the Facebook ecosystem. It is inevitable that they are actually taking on the world right now. So you have to do something on this, especially for all businesses in the Southeast Asia country, especially in Malaysia. You don't look at certain people will come and ask me and say that, hey Jason, I think Facebook is slowing down. What is the next platform? Come on, I'm not a fortune teller. I won't be able to know what is going to be the next big thing. But for now, Facebook is here to stay, because no matter how forward thinking you are, that you probably start ditching Facebook and go to somewhere else. But the whole big, as in like, the environment, as in like everyone around us are still here. If you're not on Facebook, you're on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, you're actually conversing on Messenger or WhatsApp in one way or another. All these are within the ecosystem. So building a chatbot becomes so essential and important because it does help business save time and increase revenue. So this is a very simple sequence that I've already, so-called the flow the Facebook Messenger chatbot flow using Manychat that I built for restaurant and cafe. Now this is a skeleton. You go back to the page where you're browsing this video, click on the button, you'll be able to download this flow, and I want you to start building the flow for your own business. Okay, remember, if you need help, just go over to the Facebook group. When you sign up to this whole program, you are entitled to join a Facebook group where inside, when you post questions, my team and I will do our very best to jump on and help you solve your challenge and your questions as soon as possible. Now, on top of that, if you like the whole idea and say that, come on, I don't have time and I don't want to learn all this, I really need help can you help me do this? Yes, we offer the chatbot design, development and deployment and improvisation as a service. So if you need our help, just head over to any of our Facebook page and give me a tinkle. I'll be able to be in touch and let's build something from there. So this is the flow that we have for restaurant and cafe. Okay, now it's your turn. Go over to your Manychat. After you have set up everything, I want you to build a flow. And if you need help, go over to the Facebook group or just keep in touch. Okay, so this is it. I'll see you in the next video.